es mi mano. Yeah.
Does he recognize people? Yeah. Well, he recognizes me, and he can call his mom. But when she sits him up by himself, he goes, "Ay."
Is it running?
Should he sit on my lap, Roger, or should you zoom in on him while I'm telling you about his case?
That's a good idea.
The case before.
What do you want?
Okay.
This is Carlos Mercado. He's now 4 years old. He was born premature at 34 weeks, and at that time he had a ventricular septal defect. He had respiratory and gastrointestinal abnormalities. He was diagnosed with trisomy 8p and an agenesis of his corpus callosum. They told his mother that he would never see, he would never talk, he would never walk, and he would always be a vegetable. And the reason I started treating him osteopathically at the end of January was because he had gotten chronic recurrent otitis media, for which he was receiving antibiotics every week. At the end of 3 weeks of treatment, I was able to take him off all antibiotics, which he has been off now for about 3.5 months, and has not had an ear infection in about 3 months.
So explain what you have done since.
Carlos can currently say a few words, and he does sing. He has use of his arms and his legs, and he now knows when to use his right and left side. He's almost to the point where he can track, and he grasps. He can feed himself to a certain extent. And he's just now learning to sit up. When I first started treating him, he just lay there with his arms and legs spread out.
Yeah. Okay. And it's we've been working together all this time.
I would treat Carlos osteopathically once to twice a week, and Philip would come every 1 to 2 weeks, and he and I would work on Carlos together. Hi, sweetie. Okay, Teddy, can you ask Mom to
I give the advice to the parents to get a puppy, to give this child more confidence, a sense of worth, existing, a sense of self. Also to be able of dominating something or someone. It's working? I'm looking back.
Yeah.
Wow, he's moving now. See, he won't keep
Of course he's
still now.
moving.
He won't keep still now. Before last week, he wasn't able to hold up his neck, Roger. No, he couldn't. We only have a picture of him, though, before.
Look, he's standing.
He wasn't able to do that. There.
Very good. Look.
He's using his neck now, Philip. He wasn't able to do that before.
I know.
¿Dónde está Rambo? ¿Dónde está Rambo? ¿Dónde está Rambo? ¿Dónde está Rambo?
Did you guys buy Rambo? No, they did. Isn't he
¿Dónde
cute?
está Rambo?
Yeah.
¿Ah? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está Rambo? Vente Rambo porque te puteas.
So, Patty, can you ask her how long he can sit up now?
¿Cuánto tiempo permanece sentado?
He has.
Pues en vez dura tu rato nomás, pero estoy comiendo en la cama.
Aye.
¿Cómo cuánto tiempo
Ah.
dura?
Pues
Media hora, una
más
hora.
o menos como media hora.
He can sit still about half an hour, but she has to be sitting on the bed with him watching him.
Before it was only 5 minutes.
He do the dog. Okay. You want a chair?
You know what? I'll clean it one.
Hi, Carlos. ¿Recuerdas de mí? Pero está mucho más de cuanto antes, ¿verdad?
Sí.
¿Anotamos la mejoría? Porque cuando le empezó a llevar
Oh, it's a friend who went to me. He did something, he did a surgery to his stomach at 3 months old because he was regurgitating.
Oh. Hey.
Y no esto del baño. No esto del baño.
It's working now.
Oh, good. No,
No.
Good.
he's only going every 4 to 5 days.
Oh yes? Good. Take care of that.
It's with the pelvis, right? He's
Mhm.
still on. Yeah. But he goes either the day of the treatment or the day after.
Uh-huh. Okay. Do the medical.
How's his foot? Oh, he won't even let me straighten it out now. He's so strong.
That's alright. It can be established later. Okay, so here we go.
Ay, como ya no se deja que lo den mucho la cabeza.
He doesn't let her touch his head anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. He's grabbing at me now.
I know.
Dice la doctora que después ya cuando le dé la terapia, lo va a andar correteando.
Watch.
He's more mad than anything.
Se siente.
He doesn't like it. That's not the way it works. He has to work with Rambo. You can't do that yourself. You don't need to contact an animal.
No, I know. Oh my.
Pure happiness. Yes.
Do you want me to do anything?
What? No, nothing specific. Now they have to play with him more and more. You have to consider like a normal child, as an incentive.
Patty, are they letting, when they sit him on the living room floor, are they like maybe putting some food when he's hungry so he can go and get it?
Cuando lo sientan en la sala, en el piso, le están poniendo comida para ver si la agarra.
Yo le pongo, cuando lo siento en su silla, le doy, ahora me quebró la cuchara porque le doy cuchara de plástico todo, porque los dientes no tienen de adelante. Y me la quebró porque le estaba haciendo yo esfuerzo a metérsela, entonces sabe cómo y aventó la comida para atrás.
Pero no hace esfuerzo de tomárselo todo solo.
No.
Whenever she sits him in the living room, she does put food out there, and he wants to grasp for it. Like today, she said that she was feeding him or trying to feed him, and he grabbed a spoon away from her and he threw it across the room.
Okay, so he's going to be like that for a little while.
Así va a estar un rato.
She has to keep on trying.
Lo que sí, la taza del agua sí la agarra y ya, digo, no la agarré solo, o sea que si ya yo le pongo las dos manos que la agarre así y él se la está...
What he's doing now, he gets his cup by himself now. She puts the cup in his hands and he holds it and drinks from it.
Oh, good. He wasn't able to do that before.
I was giving powers to the dog. I want this dog to be his own healer, his private healer. The healing powers of animal has not to be demonstrated. It has been proven, even with seizures, for instance. Dogs can feel it 10 seconds, 20 seconds before it's happening, a big seizure, The whole
Seizure?
A seizure, yes. So I wanted to have this dog as an antenna in the healing system, close to him. He's my antenna. Each time he's licking him, he's healing him in the same time.
It's pretty soon.
Yep.
Okay, Patty, can you ask them if they can come at 11:30 on Thursday? That's also true.
¿Puedo ir a las 11:30 jueves a la clínica de...
The reason I started treating Carlos osteopathically was because he had so many ear infections that it was recommended by a pediatrician that he be sent to USC to put ear tubes in his ears. And that's when I decided to start treating him osteopathically. And it's been about 4.5 months without antibiotics and about 4 months without an ear infection. And basically, when I started treating him, the pattern of his head is, osteopaths are familiar with this. He has a left lateral strain, where his sphenoid bone, greater wings, are pointed towards the left, and he had very, very severe vault compression, locked his entire head. And what I did osteopathically was, through gentle palpation and manipulation, was to just free the bones so they could move better. And that's what's keeping his ear infections away. Because his temporal bones are moving, and his, I'm forgetting the term, Roger, his ear tubes. The fluid is now able to drain from his ears so that he doesn't get otitis anymore. And I have documented this through each of his visits, so his progress is documented on his chart. It's okay, Patty. It's okay.
Dice que está bien, no la fuerza.
Good. Immediately subdue. And he's licking because he's afraid. That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. I don't need to be too loud.
Patty, tell me thank you for bringing him today.
Eso sí se puede.
Did she want to say anything to the camera?
Dice que si quiere decir algunas palabras para la cámara.
No, pues muchas gracias por todo a los doctores y que están haciendo bien para esta criatura.
She wants to thank both doctors for
Y
doing
me
that
siento
good
muy
for her.
emocionada de que ya el niño ya pueda hacer más cosas.
She's very excited that Carlos is moving more and does more things now. Un cambio significante en Carlos, y volví a ver la cámara cuando conteste.
Bueno,
Something's biting me.
no exactamente así, ¿verdad? O sea, que he visto muchos cambios, pero no especialmente. Ha estado evolucionando muy así lentamente, pero está trabajando. No sé.
What she noticed is that there's been a lot of changes, and every time they treat him, his changes keep improving and improving. That's what she's noticed. Noticed that he was not able to sit up, and now he is. Desde que los doctores empezaron a trabajar. Since Dr. Villanueva and Philip have been working on Carlos, we've noticed a great improvement every time they treat him. His movements are getting better, and at first he was not able to sit up, and now he is. He's grabbing the cups by himself now and drinking off the cups by himself. He fights with Mom all the time. When she's trying to feed him, he was not able to get the food in his mouth. She was, whenever she tried to feed him, and now he's able to. He wipes his mouth by himself, and he's talking more now. Before Dr. Villanueva and Philip treated him, he was like a vegetable. He would just lie there with his hands and his legs spread out and would not move. He was not able to go to the bathroom, and he would not move. He would not be able to roll on his side, either sides. He's now able to move both hands and arms, and he's able to distinguish which arm to move. And say, for example, the left, he knows what his left is now and his right is now. And he smiles a lot now, and he makes a lot of funny noises that he was not able to do before.
Moving his neck. So now the only thing that remains to be strengthened are his back muscles, and there's a lot of compression in his pelvis, so that needs to be released a little more. And Mom does daily exercises with him in terms of arms and legs and how they play with him. So as soon as the leg muscles and the hip muscles get built up, he should have enough strength. He didn't he was even more atrophied than this muscularly before I started with him. So he's starting to build up some strength here.